Hello, my name is Adame Eran Olivia. Today we will talk about the issues that, according to the case study provided by Mrs. Clark, our lecturer. First of all, I will introduce all of members of my group. First of all, me. I will talk about the introduction and what is it, what the case study is talking about. The one who will follow me is Mrs. Malila Betty. She will talk about the rules of the law according to the case study. The third one will be Mr. Bomera Chris. He will talk about a different question we can ask ourselves according to the case study. The fourth one will be introduced by Mrs. Egwake Divine. She will talk about the limitation of right, also according to the case study. And the conclusion will be introduced by Mr. Anderson Marcelo. According to the case provided, we will talk about the couple of women who are engaged in the exclusive permanent relationship since 1986. We will discuss the fact that this couple isn't able to enter in the relationship, as the law of the South African considers that a couple has to be, even though they are committed in the relationship committed. Indeed, referring to the Judge Remuneration and the Employment and the Right of Employment Act 88 of 1008 for a relationship between two persons with the same sex isn't considered. Therefore, Judge Judy came to the court and claimed about a condition of employment which violates her right of equality, mentioned on Section 36 in the Bill of Rights, mentioned on the Section 36 of the Constitution, Bill of Rights.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Malila Bedifueko, and I will talk about the rules of law. Before everything, we must know what is the law South Africa says. And the law is inside the Constitution, and we must know what is the Constitution. The Constitution, by definition, is the supreme law of the Republic of South Africa. It provides the legal foundation of the existence of the Republic. It provides the legal foundation of the existence of the Republic, set out the rights and duties of its citizens, and define the structure of the government. And the Constitution is subdivided by two parts. We have a lower court and we have also a superior court. The lower court is subdivided by two parts also. We have a magistrate court and we do also have the small claim court. The magistrate court is subdivided by two. We have a regional magistrate court and we have the district magistrate court. The regional magistrate court talks about serious matters. The serious matters, not the magistrate court is more serious matters than the ordinary magistrate court. And the district magistrate court is the power to decide to the criminal court, not serious crime, and there's no jury system, and is less than 300,000. The second part of the lower court, we have a small claim court. The small claim court is a civil matters, nothing criminal, and it operates after hours to give more people access to the court, and is less than 15,000. The second part of the Constitution, we have a superior court. The superior court is subdivided by three. We have a constitutional court, we have the Supreme Court of Appeals, and we have the higher court. The constitutional court is issues that concern the Constitution. And here in South Africa, we have only one constitutional court, that is in Johannesburg. And secondly, we have the Supreme Court of Appeals. The Supreme Court of Appeals is when you against the decision made by the higher court. Yes, and the second part of the lower court, we have the small claim court. The small claim court is a civil matters. There's nothing about criminal. For example, it can happen someone can push you and your phone fall down, so it's broken and you want him to recompense your phones. So you will go to the small claim court that concerns the civil matters, and it operates after hours to give more people access to the court, and it's less than 15,000. And the second part of the Constitution, we have the Superior Court. The Superior Court is subdivided by three. We have first the Constitutional Court, and we have the Supreme Court of Appeals, and the last one we have the Higher Court. The more important is the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court is the issues that concern only the Constitution. For example, the election. When they want to do election to vote the new president or to do a new government, we find those things in the Constitutional Court. And here in South Africa, we have only one Constitutional Court, that is in Johannesburg. And the second one, we have the Supreme Court of Appeals. Supreme Court of Appeals is just when you are against the decision made by the higher court. The higher courts can make some decision, and if you want the decision to be reviewed or rectified, you must go and claim in the Supreme Court of Appeals. And here in South Africa, we have only one Supreme Court of Appeals, that is in Pretoria. And on the last point, we have the High Court. The High Court concerns the serious matters, the criminal matters, and it takes over 300,000. It is concerned the crime or somebody killed or rape a girl, that you will go and claim in the High Court, and the High Court will resolve that case. And we also have some courts that cover the Constitution, that are around the Constitution. We have a military court, and we also have a special court. That is the Constitution and how it is subdivided. So now we will enter in our case and try to give a solution.
Hello, my name is Pomera Christian. I'm here to help you understand the limit right of the Constitution law provided in section 36. And today I will elevate some questions that will help you to understand more the study case given. In our days, lesbian relationship has taken a higher percentage in the society, where people are freely in engagement. South Africa, years back, they were not allowing the people of same sex to be into marriage. If you understand the limit right provided in the Constitution law of South Africa, according to our study case, I will underline question that will help us to understand better or have more better understanding. In the similar case, marriage same-sex has been welcome in many of the countries in the world. Well, we will look, the research has been done that the marriage of the same sex in the world are getting a higher percentage and are welcome around. Well, we're going to find what pushed Judge Jude to approach the court and claim our rights. We are going to find out what pushed Judge Jude to claim our rights to the court, according to how the society been treating her. We are going to find out what could happen if nothing was done on our behalf. And the last part, we are going to find out what are the hard evidence in that study case if nothing was taken. And on the last part, we are going to get the hard evidence of this study case that needs action on the behalf of Mrs. Jude consider as a judge. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Divine Egweke. In this part, we are going to answer the issues what has been given to us in this case study. What pushed Judy to approach the Constitution and claim a right? First of all, she knows a right as a human being. According to the limitation of right to equality, everyone is equal and have the right equality to protect and benefit of the law. Because human rights give people the freedom with dignity to choose how they live, how they express themselves. That's why Judy approached the Constitution and claim a right as a human being. Imagine if nothing was done on the behalf of Judy. It's normal because as a judge, she's not be able to have a same-sex relationship as the rules of the Constitution. But as a human being, she has a right. So I think it's normal if the decision of Constitution is not in her side. So if she wants the solution about a problem, she has to prove the fact of a problem in the case.
Hi, I'm Anderson Marcelo, and I've been doing the conclusion about the case that we are studying. I've seen that we have heard everything according to the case about homosexual relationship and a possible marriage. The rules of the law and the diagram of Constitution have been given to us to understand and follow the steps to solve the case. As we see, the possible solution to get married in terms of the law of South Africa is that the right is a facility of them to obtain the right like anyone else in South Africa has a freedom of expression. And the other fact is that two people with the same sex considered as lesbians are unable to marry by the constitution of the law in South Africa. As we see that everyone has the right of equality, freedom of expression, or to be what they want to be, like in the world in South Africa. But to follow the step of South Africa would say like, as we can see, here in South Africa we have a rainbow nation. Rainbow nation means that we have different types of culture, race, and everything that is working like, as we can see, the rainbow nation is about race, culture, different type of laws around the world. So people that are considered homosexual and stuff, because they always need our way to understand them and believe them and to be like homosexual. They have the right of equality and expression because they're still human. So, which means the constitutional law can be arranged for those one who really need our help. Because people just say they came like this or they came like that. No, but we have like the laws to be what we want to be. We have the law to show them, to express what we feel inside of us. That's why the case study that we did is to read, explain the laws, and solve the case. And that's the way we can solve that case.